Hello guys, Martin here, also known as UK Guy in USA in the ISM International Scale Modelers Forum and Full Moon Drummer here on YouTube. Alright, I'm coming to you guys with my first build update for my Junkers Ju87B 1/48 scale. And so let's get on with it. That's the box art, you've seen that before. So, as usual, we start off with the cockpit, but I did other stuff. One of the things I did was I put the wings together, the upper and lower halves, and smoothed all the edges off. So they're ready for application to the fuselage. There's the dive brakes as well. I haven't stuck them on yet. I'll do that at the assembly stage because I don't want to risk damaging them. I'll put them on right at the end before I start spraying. Also did the wheels. There's the wheels. I don't know whether you can see. I'll put some dirt on those. Made them a little dirty. Yeah. Then I did the mud guards for the wheels. It's two sets of these halves, two halves per mud guard fairing, and again inside those I put a little mud wash in there. So they're ready to go. And that's the other two. And again I've put a little mud wash in there. A little splattering of mud. Give it some realisticness. That's the engine cowling. I painted the inside of that because you can see through there. So I just sprayed it black white, the airbrush full of black paint. Propeller. I've assembled the propeller. I put a bit of pre-shading on there. I'm going to spray that with a 91, the Dunkel green. No, the Schwarzgrün, the black green. Along with the bomb, the central bomb that goes under the fuselage on the swing arm. That'll be painted in the Dunkel green, Schwarzgrün, sorry. And then the four little 110-pound bombs, the tiny little bombs there. They'll 200 each wing. So the plane's loaded with the central 550-pound bomb and then the two 110s under each wing. I fitted my stabilizers together, glued the upper and lower halves together, smoothed the edges down so they're ready to fit onto the fuselage. I built my two men. Rear gunner there with his arms up in the air holding the gun, and then the pilot there with his arms down holding the joystick. I'll put them against my black t-shirt there, you can see better there. So they're assembled. I'm not sure if I'm going to put them in because just dry fitting this, they tend to block a lot of what you can see in the cockpit, so I might leave them out actually. Right, I've got a instrument panel there. Painted. There's no decal for that, so it's just kind of painted, dry brushed. Is the cockpit tub. Just a joystick, pilot seat, some instrument box at the back of the pilot, rear gunner seat, and some box there, probably is ammunition box, magazine box. But that's what I've got on there. Yeah, the colours that are recommended by Airfix, you look at the conversion charts, and one of them was a Model Masters colour, which is very light beige. It's supposed to be the RLM2 Grau, but it looks like a beige, very pale beige. And from photographs, the inside of the cockpit doesn't look beige, it looks grey. So I chose a grey that I like the look of to use. Also, it recommended something like an XF62 for as the Tamiya conversion, which is a green. The conversion chart makes no sense if you compare some of the recommended colours for some of the colours you're supposed to use. That's why I tend to just go from photographs now and then mix my own colours till I get a shade I'm happy with. Alright, so fuselage halves. That's the starboard side. What I did with the cockpit interior, including the base, was spray everything black. So I got a background black. Then I used a dark grey Tamiya XF54 dark sea grey on top of the XF1 Tamiya flat black to give it some sort of shading effect that I liked. Well, it looks good up by eye. Then I picked out the details, panels and things with some black, some red, white, bit of yellow and some green. I used a Vallejo uniform green for some sort of shade details within the fuselage halves. And that's the port side off. That's as far as I've got with that. And then with I varnished it all, and then I did some post shading using, well, I used the leather Umbro 62 for around the base of the joystick, and I kind of used that with some black for the magazine box. And then for the post shading effects, I really, again, the Umbro leather 62, really watered it down with the isopropyl alcohol, get it really thin. Got a bit on the end of the brush and dabbed it off until there was very little on there, and I sort of just went inside the framework with that to give like a little sort of brown, rusty sort of shade in there. I don't know whether it's visible on the camera. But it looks good with the naked eye. I'm okay, I'm satisfied with the way it looks. So I'll leave it at that. And then for the mud, what I do for the mud effects around the wheels, tyres and inside the wheel guards, I tend to use a bit of dark earth Umbro 29 with the buff 71, Umbro 71, mixed down with the isopropyl alcohol, just weaken it, and again just rub it off the brush just to leave the faintest amount, do some dry brushing over the tyres and inside the mud guards. Alright, what else did I paint? Oh yeah, I've done the radiator, front radiator that goes inside. You have to fit that inside the fuselage half before you assemble them. And then other pieces that go inside the fuselage halves. And there's the rear gunner's gun. That's painted with some black, some gunmetal grey, and then the leather for the pouch at the bottom for catching the rounds. And the handle was painted with some dark earth and leather that gives kind of a wood effect. So that's that paint wise. The next step for me is going to be, obviously I'm going to assemble cockpit in here and put the two fuselage halves together with all the bits that have to go in there. There's a couple of clear bits that go in. In here there's a big glass piece, clear glass piece. I guess that's for bombing, for viewing target. And then there's a glass panel, a side panel goes in there. So that'll have to be masked off when I spray the outside. Use some clear liquid mask. Alright, so they're the colours I've used. I used a bit of red obviously for some dials and buttons inside. The red Scarlet 6 there and the 53 gunmetal grey. And then I used a bit of Tamiya silver for dry brushing, X11. And then everything was coated with Model Masters flat clear acrylic varnish, so I only use acrylics. So that's where we're at. Next stage, assemble the fuselage, cockpit tub, join them together, and I will be spraying the propeller and the bombs with the Schwarzgrün, and the end of the propeller has a red tip and a white band, so I'll just mask off the Schwarzgrün, spray a white section, and then mask part of that off and spray the red tip to finish off that propeller. So that's where I'm at. Anyway, switching from where I'm at to videos. If you haven't been on YouTube yet, check out some videos. Watched a good video today, this morning, and that was Nigel Wells' North Africa group build. He's posted the final reveal. Highly recommend you see that. Some magnificent dioramas in there, some really excellently executioned models, some great detail work, masterpieces. Everyone's a winner in my eyes, and would take a look for yourself. I'd be ashamed to miss that one. Some excellent pieces. Also, I'm following Big Mick. He started building a Avro Vulcan bomber. He did his first build update. He did a inbox review yesterday, and then he did his first build update yesterday. That's going to be a good one to watch. I want to watch how he does his camo scheme, because there's a lot of camo on that top surface. Then after that, I've also been following Model Pro 72. That's Lenny's big float plane that he's doing. That's coming along nice. I catched it at the back end of that. I missed the first build updates for that. But if you haven't watched any of that, go and watch Lenny's float plane. That's looking like it's going to be a cracker. Lenny's also got a diorama in Nigel Wells' group build. So that's just a couple of shout outs for Nigel and guys that are in there. Some of those builds include TH3 Gupper from ISM, Amilcar Barkus, and Nigel Wells himself. He did the North African style Spitfire with the North African camo scheme, the browns, light brown and dark brown up there, and the blue underneath. So yeah, that's worth a watch. And then Alex Modelling is he did an inbox review, or he called it the outbox review, of his Eagle 1 from Space 1999. That'll be interesting. So that's one to watch for me. And then Panzerman's Bunker, he did an M3 wedgie, which I thought was really cool looking. So check out Panzerman's Bunker, look at his reveal for his M3 wedgie. Alright, that's it from me, and I'll be coming to you soon with build update number 2. Take care for now, guys. Happy modelling.